Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Welcome to your full moon eclipse video. The full moon eclipse in Taurus is actually happening at 5 degrees of Taurus. It's happening at 4:24 p.m., maybe 4:34 p.m. tomorrow, or actually on the day you're watching this, on Saturday. So I am recording it here in this energy. We're still moon in Aries, but we're less than 24 hours away from this eclipse. So I'm going to pull all the cards. You could hear the little scratchiness in my throat. I'm still recovering. So let's just see what we get. We're going to look at what it is that they say is going to bring in the success, because you have the card overall energy of success coming in with this. An eclipse is always about releasing, right? It's about letting a bunch of energy go. And then on top of that, it's a full moon, which is really letting go of a lot of things. And it looks like one of the things that you really need to let go of is fears, worries about a tense situation. So I do feel like there's going to be, and we'll have to wait to see what the rest of the cards say, but I feel, because it says success, it feels as though it's the ending of the situation. Right after this moon happens, yeah, it's okay. So we have the temporary. Is there anything else? Because I feel like, okay. All right, so let's talk about what I'm seeing here. This card fell off at the top of it and wanted to come out. So we have the correct cup, which says dissatisfaction with life. So this is about being willing to make the changes. You're an initiating sign, so for you it's a little bit easier than it is for others. We have the 10th that says it's a temporary situation. We have this dagger, which says fears, worries, and a tense situation. Along with this came the bear. And the bear, to me, is about financial security and stability and spirit having your back. And so, but this bear is saying danger, especially in money matters. And so I really want to encourage you to pay attention to your financial situation. There is movement and change happening in it, but that's probably what you're a little tense and worried about. Overall energy, we have this male. There's two males in this deck. This one, he's ready. Look, he's sitting there ready. He's looking at the door. He's got the rose in his hand, ready to greet the opportunity that comes through the door. Okay? So there's an opportunity on its way, but there's a need to be ready for it. So we have a lot of receptive energy here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to just cover her up a little there. All right, so we have both feminine energies that showed up, okay? So being a water sign, you are a feminine receptive energy. This guy carries that receptive energy, right? But he's ready. He's ready to go. So here we have, you're dissatisfied with something in your life, but success is on the offer here. Okay, I think it's something that has to do with money. We did have the card of happiness that came out, so there's the opportunity to make a change in the direction that brings in the happiness. So we have the apple, which says you will be tempted by temptation, and I think it's around financial things, because these little mice here they've got a bunch of apples. And so I think this is about, again, that shiny thing that you want, right? So pay attention to the financial. Taurus is about financial, right? It just is. It's about things of value, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, but it's also financial issues. And there's some movement happening here because you have the ship. You have the ship of movement in the area of resources. And that ship, it's not in turbulent waters, right? It's sailing through the air. And so it's got a whole head of steam coming, and with it you have this anchor as the outgoing card. And so I do think you will be setting your anchor down somewhere. You will be creating stability. There's an opportunity to create stability here, but there is a definite need to pay attention to what you're doing, because we have the card of the haystacks, which says karma. You will reap what you have sown. You will reap what you have sown. So if you've been paying attention, and if you've been on top of the financial situation and managing your money, you will see reward from that. If you've been easily distracted by shiny things, you may find that that's kind of a problem, because in the area of the obstacle, we have the mice, and the mice is about being nickeled and dimed. Small things, small details. I had a big sack of birdseed in my house, not this place, another place I rented years ago. And I went to go move it, and it was almost empty, and I thought that was full. And so I pulled the bag even more, and I saw there was a hole in the bottom. I'm like, well, where did it all go? And then I had like shelves, but they weren't up against the wall all the way, and I pulled them out, and you could see the whole trail, and I was like, oh crap, I have mice. I didn't even know, and they'd eaten a whole bag of birdseed, and I mean 25 pounds. And so this is the kind of, well, not the whole thing, but you know, a good portion of it. And so it's where are you leaking money? Do you have subscriptions that you aren't using? Do you have, maybe you go and you stop every morning and you get that special coffee, but maybe right now would be a really good time for a couple of reasons, right? People aren't necessarily making sure they're nice and healthy before they go off to work these days, and so you can pick up a cold or a flu from whoever's serving your coffee, and so there's that, and so but there's also the money. And there's so many ways to create that kind of a coffee feeling at home with just a little bit of planning. All right, so they really wanted, what else? Okay, so huge transformation. This is the action to take. We have the card of transformation, the release, the letting something go. It is a full moon lunar eclipse. You are ruled by the moon. And so you're feeling this energy as strongly as anybody else. And it's kind of hard to miss this energy right now. This is really a very explosive full moon that is happening. But there is an opportunity here to make big changes in your own life in any area that you want to. There is about being open to receiving. So in the area of the mice, so this is the house of the mice, but they're down here in the mountain house, the obstacle house. We have this interesting card of being of two minds. And so there's a need to see things from two different directions, but in the middle is the answer. And so it's sort of like, what have you learned in the past? Where are you going? How do you want to pull this all together? What's your knowledge and your wisdom? And there's a need to be open to receiving it. But I think this being of two minds, trying to decide what to do, which direction to go in, has been kind of also draining your energy. Because here in the house of the rider, we have the rider. Well, actually, it's the house of the book. This is the rider. Okay, so we have the rider, breaking free from the merry-go-round. Setting yourself free to overcome an obstacle. There's the rainbow there, right? Big healing opportunity, big change. You don't get a rainbow without a storm, right? But it came with the fox, right? And so the fox is about strategy and being clever. And so to break free, where you've been trying to figure out how to make a significant shift of something in your life, but there was a strategy involved in it. So the key to the situation is this very mature, receptive woman energy here. And in the heart space, we have the receptive energy of the feminine also. And so the information that you need is going to come in through the heart. But there's something more with this. They're mirroring each other. They're looking right at each other, right? And the key is the heart, is what's going on over here in the heart. Oh, I just heard what was old is new again. What was old is new again. So it could be a revisiting of something, a reorganization of something, seeing what is old is new again. Almost feels like going back to something. Either a skill, maybe a kind of job that you've had before, a way of doing things. Maybe there's something about you. A renewal within yourself, where you are doing something that renews yourself. So look, in the house of the action to take, the rider, we have this coffin, this need for a change. And in the area of how to make a transformation, the coffin house, we also have the card of change. But this one is a long-awaited change. And here we have these two cranes doing this mating dance on top of a nest, and the sun is rising on it. So, I mean, for some of you, you may be reorganizing the way your house is set up, or the way your schedule is set up, or the way your budget is set up. But there's all these cards of change. You got this card in the area of resources, and resource isn't just money. Resources is also your energy, it's your time, it's your knowledge, it's anything that you have that is of value. And again, the Taurus moon is always about what is of value. And so there is a need to anchor into something that, making a change, but to anchor into something that feels solid to you, that feels solid to you. It's so funny because this is the house of the anchor, and we have the anchor there. I feel like I'm going to pull these cards too, but I really want, on that anchor, I want another card. So this is the Enchanted Map by poet Baron Reed. Because we have this moving, and so I feel like, what direction are we going in? Right? The karma says, you will reap what you've sown. Wait, what you've sown or what you sow? What you have sown. So it's stuff you've already done, but it's something to keep in mind anyway. The time and the effort that you put into something. Oh my God. Okay, I still don't know what's going on, but I love it. Okay, so this card here, I was right. The fears, worries, and tense situation, temporary thing. We have the goblins that came out in reverse, which means you are letting go of your sense of doubt, your sense of insecurity, your sense of worrying about maybe the small details and looking at the bigger picture. And we have the talisman, and the talisman is looking down the path. And so that one I actually want to read to you, because I think that's going to help me figure this out, and then we'll pull the rest of the cards and see what else. But there is success on the horizon, and the talisman is always about your special guidance that you are receiving. So it says, a lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. So here we have this more mature feminine energy, what you have received, right? The knowledge, the wisdom. And she's looking right at, in the heart space, a new dream that you're open to receiving. And so it's really like, it feels as though you have something that what is old is new again. And so the wisdom that you have, the experience that you have, the maturity that you've gained is going to allow you to activate something that is new, or something in a new way that allows you to move things forward. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you to recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. You know what? This card reminds me of the kitsune, right? It's a fox, it's a shapeshifter, and there's a kitsune that showed up a couple of times in these cards. I can't remember which deck has it, and it always says, "You will know the way. You will know the way." And so the talisman is also saying, "You will know the way. You will know the way forward." So it feels as though you're breaking free of some old patterns and injecting into your life some new energy. So as I've been telling you all year, this is your year, Cancer, right? It's the 7 energy, but it's about being in alignment, your actions in alignment with your innermost dreams, goals, desires. It's your intention and your actions need to be in alignment to move forward. And I think you are receiving the benefit. I think what this is you're receiving the benefit of the knowledge and the wisdom that you've received along the way that is going to allow you to make this change, to move forward. And so this right here, you know, what is success? It's when preparation meets opportunity. And that is what this looks like right here. Right? The opportunity is coming through to bring in this success, okay? So there is a need to definitely pay attention to your finances and stuff like that, but I also think on top of that, there is something even bigger happening, and you have this opportunity to really move things into a new direction. It says, whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You have learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the rest of these cards here and see if there's anything else that drills it down. But I feel like because you are already dissatisfied and it's a long way to change all this movement forward, you are already aware on a level of what it is, but maybe you just need to give yourself permission to advance. That is the first time I've seen that card. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, not ever, but I only have one sign left to go. You know what's really interesting is there's a blue jay here. It looks like a female blue jay, and this week they've shown up at my bird feeder. A pair have. So on the back she has the tree of life and wisdom, and again this is the knowledge and the wisdom that you have gained, right? And here's this beautiful little nest, this new idea, and this nest has 2 eggs in it. We've got this white horse. I don't really think you can catch it. There it is. That is your conscious mind, your conscious intention, and there's a waterfall there. She's in the water, right? You're a water sign, and being in tune with your emotional energy, your intuition. She's wearing it's really interesting. The color here, she's wearing red, and here's purple, and this color looks like it's right in between those 2 colors. And so the knowledge and the wisdom that you have gained along the way is going to move you forward. Also, I love this card. Look, they're coming in on these little balloons, like downloads from spirit. If your left ear's been buzzing a lot, I know mine's been like going crazy all month. There's these upgrades that are coming in, and so all these little pieces are coming in, and she's got a mask on, because she is still kind of hidden from the world, but look, she's starting to put together the picture of who she is. Like, starting to really get all the pieces, right? I call back all the pieces and the parts of me, the knowledge and the wisdom across timelines and lifetimes. I am my own. This is you coming into this awareness of who you are, the value of what you've learned along the way, and how can you apply it in the future? What is old? The knowledge and the wisdom, and it's new again. It's being repurposed, repackaged, reinvented in some way. Oh my God, look at this. So this is about taking good care of your health, Okay? And again, look how he's in the water, right? So this is almost like intuitively knowing what it is that you need to do that helps you. But this card specifically talks about diet and eating in a way that benefits you. And so we're coming up into the holiday season, right? And there's so many opportunities for tasty treats. But and I'm not saying don't have them. I'm saying nibble at them, right? You know, a slice of pie as opposed to the whole pie. Um, and this is the Butterfly Maiden. It's beautiful change. And all these cards of change here. But she's wearing this blue wings. That's your throat chakra. That's your truth. That's your authenticity. This is who you are. And so I think you are really starting to put together the pieces of who you are and knowing where it is that you're going and what it is you want to do. And I think what might be the only thing that you need is the courage. And I almost feel like this full moon, because you're so attuned to the moon, will be the nudge in the right direction that it is that you need. So we have here, oh, okay, so this little brother, little sister. This is about feeling the need. And again, it's sort of like this need to protect and care for others. There's a need to be very aware of how it is that we work with others and we protect them because we're Cancer. We nurture, we care for, we can't help ourselves. It's what we do. So, providing shelter. Home is a shelter from the storm, all sorts of storms. And this card is also about remembering to shelter those that need your help. Our relationship with the natural world is at its lowest ebb. And so, and as humans, we are becoming increasingly detached. Our physical lives may have been made more comfortable by technical advances, but our spiritual lives may be diminished. A woman transforms her body with a symbolic tree as she offers support and safety to nature. The sincerity of her offer is accepted and returned with complete trust. A warm glow is generated from the interaction. In the distance, a unicorn notices and looks on approvingly, but ironically, there is a sad poignancy in his attention. Is it that the magic creature has seen so few such acts? Despite the overall trend, there is hope that we are at least aware that our damaging imprint and our increasing acknowledgement and desire to redress the imbalances. And so there's a need. I really want to say, you know, it's so funny, as I spent the afternoon out in the woods with my feet in the river. I just went down there, took off my shoes and socks, and sat with my feet in the river before I came back to do yours. And so really connecting in with the emotional energy of Mother Nature, the cleansing energy, watching the trees just drop their leaves and these colored leaves just drifting away, and the breeze and the birds. And I saw these two deer. They were like maybe 10 feet from me. And I stopped and I talked to them for a minute, and they just stood there and looked at me. Really, it was really beautiful. And so there, get out in nature and connect in. It's so good for your soul. And as you do that, you help even, you know, there's not a lot of things. We don't always, it's the simple things, right? So when I walk on the trail, if I see gum wrappers, I pick them up. You know, there's things you can do, small acts that if enough people do small acts, it makes a big change. But look, you have the sacred beetle armor. You have a mighty shield. And I think, again, the bear to me is always about protection. I do think there's some kind of a protective energy around your resources. Part of it comes from your awareness, then you can see it coming. There's a definite awareness, but the sacred beetle armor. It's number 38. 3 plus 8 is an 11. That's a doorway. And so it's almost like a guardian at the gate kind of energy. Sometimes we need to have a shield up. And who better to demonstrate this than the beautiful fairy? Is it physic? It does say physics shield. That's a weird name. And her faithful companion. So I think it's supposed to be her physical shield. It could be psychic and they just didn't spell it right. At this time, you need to have friends. Strong shield that you develop from your from your thoughts. Be open and warm and bright. Okay. Again, there's this nurturing, protective energy. And Cancer comes with a shield. I think the shield is your wisdom. I think that you know what you need, right? The talisman says you will see the pitfalls. Call in your spirit guide team every day. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting me as I move through the day. Thank you, angels and spirit guide team, for helping me to make the best choice today as I move through the day so that I'm on the right and the easy path. Sometimes we really want to be on the easy path. Right now it kind of feels like it, right? We're getting into the home stretch here. The sacred beetle. You are about to receive an intervention in the form of strong psychic protection. I think they spelt it wrong. That makes more sense. Okay. You are about to receive an intervention in the form of psychic protection. You have been feeling raw and sensitive as though several layers of your skin have been peeled back and your nerves exposed. But now you have a mighty protector stepping in and spreading her wings before you, around you, and above and behind you. And you will feel the arrows of criticism and malice bouncing off your armor. You must now quickly set in place strong, clear, healthy boundaries. Relish this opportunity to say no, calmly walk away from energy that's draining and distracting, and learn to nurture and support your own energy field with daily practice. This is an open window of opportunity to do something that you felt you dared not do, because now you are shielded and no harm will come to you at this time. Every moment you must learn and then go on stronger and healthier and create a better, safer, more vital environment for yourself and for others. I think that the changes that you're making right now are about taking care of yourself, going after your dreams, and if you're a little hesitant, I feel like the Spirit has come in and they are protecting you and they're saying now it's time. And you and your loved ones are safe. You and your loved ones are safe. So go for the dream. It's a beautiful change you've been wanting to make. Now it's the time. All right? You guys take really good care of yourselves. I'm on Facebook every day. I really get into the astrology. If you leave me a comment, I would super appreciate it. It helps the analytics, but it also puts you in the drawing for a free reading that I do every month. I pull it from the comments, pick somebody. Well, Spirit picks somebody from the comments. And so there you go. And I would really recommend, if you are subscribed, that you hit the notification bell. There's a lot of changes happening in this channel, and that will be the best way to know when I upload your next video. All right, you guys take good care. Talk to you soon.